Team Onyx from Cohort 73 would like to present Emerging Technology, presented by Austin Graham, Lalani Johnson, John Richardson, Kyle Schmidt, and Natasha Wilson. Our team has been assigned to research how the use of blockchain can benefit our company, Onyx Financial. Onyx Financial was founded in 2012 by a group of MBA students who had vision to offer e-commerce financial services. Our corporate office is located in Atlanta, Georgia. Our mission is to be a global leader in our industry by utilizing emerging technology to transform e-commerce for ease of use for our clients. Onyx Financial offers financial services to over 500 clients. We currently employ over 400 financial analysts throughout the U.S. and are developing a strategic plan to expand abroad. At the end of fiscal year 2016, Onyx Financial reported $2.8 million in net profits. In order to maintain our position in the market, we must look for opportunities for growth. The Board of Directors' strategic plan calls for international expansion and opportunities for borderless currency. Traditional methods of international payments, such as wire transfers, are expensive, slow, inconvenient, and require an intermediary. Bitcoins are expected to become more important in the future with international currency exchange by offering lower fees and instant transactions. In order to support opportunities for growth for borderless currency, Onyx Financial must explore emerging technology to connect information and provide transparency. A potential solution is a decentralized network or blockchain.
Blockchain is based on distributed ledger technology. A distributed ledger is a database of transactions that is shared across various people and locations. All of the information or transactions are securely stored using cryptography. Blockchain is the technology behind Bitcoin. Bitcoin is an electronic currency created in 2009 by an unknown person or persons using the alias Satoshi Nakamoto. Bitcoin, and by extension, blockchain, allows users to make electronic transactions directly with each other, eliminating the need for a third-party financial entity. While Bitcoin and other digital currencies have prevailed as the leaders in blockchain technology, blockchain can be used for tracking any multi-step process. Examples of additional uses include storing and tracking financial records like loan documents, trading transactions, and private records such as wills and estates. This diagram displays how blockchain technology works in relation to digital currency. A person wants to make a purchase from an individual or merchant. This transaction is made online and is represented as a block or file where the transaction information is housed. That block or file is broadcast to everyone within the network. Individuals in the network confirm that the transaction is valid, and then that block or file can now be added to the chain, providing an open and transparent record of all transactions. Lastly, the digital currency is transferred.
So you're asking yourself, how secure is this? Well, I'm glad you asked. In this system, blockchain, transparency equals security, meaning that every participant in the blockchain has access to the shared ledger and can see all the transactions at any point in time they choose. Because in this decentralized system, the ledgers are updated in real time and everyone gets the same update, which means that this is virtually tamper-proof. So if I'm a hacker and I want to go in here and try and get a transaction altered, I would not only have to alter the transaction that I'm eyeing, but I need to go back and alter every transaction all the way to the beginning block. Now, I would imagine that this would be extremely time consuming and very difficult. So that's what makes this system virtually tamper proof, because you would have to go in and alter every single transaction. And transactions, in order to make a transaction, to negate one, you would have to create another transaction and then create a third transaction. So, and all of this is in view of everyone looking at the blockchain. In order for a transaction to be considered valid, all participants must agree that the transaction is valid. So there's a consensus aspect to the blockchain. Now, as far as the digital currency, Bitcoin is one of the most secure examples of digital currency on the blockchain system, and to date, it has never been manipulated. So this leads to us having enhanced privacy. Now, a blockchain is already fairly secure just because of the nature of how transactions have to take place. But for added security, those who are participating in our blockchain, we can create a permission network for added security, meaning that you can only participate in the blockchain if you have certain security permissions. And we can also affect what aspects of the transaction that others see, certain details. And then if we needed someone just to go over our transactions, we can give them special permissions, such as maybe an internal auditor. But for an already secure system, this is certainly the enhanced privacy aspect is wonderful.
There are many benefits of using blockchain technology to create a borderless currency. These benefits include cost effectiveness. Cryptocurrency is cost effective by 1. Lowering transaction cost. The average outgoing domestic wire costs $27, and the average outgoing foreign wire costs $46. Currently, the average transaction cost for an $8,000 payment using cryptocurrency is just 36 cents. Secondly, because cryptocurrency is a completely digital currency, there will be no foreign exchange fees when sending money to a different country. This will save our company an average of 3% per foreign transaction. Lastly, forgery of this currency is impossible. Because the currency is simply code in the blockchain, it cannot be forged. This will save Onyx financial money and costs allocated to detecting and extracting forged money.
When looking at blockchain in an operational evaluation, we look at a number of different ideas that may help or hurt the organization. Time savings is the first, meaning that we are able to save time by processing payments or processing investments into Onyx Financial, and also uh, make time savings in paying out to the vendors or the investors. And so what? Personal payment would be that we could pay our vendors or our employees through the blockchain method. Therefore, we could seamlessly again pay them without any interruption or any payments, any flaws, and pay them directly in a quicker method. Lower overhead, we look at the operational evaluation of having fewer employees on hand to manage our AP or AR systems. We would take the blockchain method to accept investments or pay out vendors and or employees. Therefore, we would have lower overhead in both of those departments, and we would not have to pay higher costs for those departments. We could then cut them down. Our payment systems are then linked with that. Our payment systems would be shorter, lesser drawn out, and have fewer fees inside those departments. Risk of losing potential business would then mean that if we took on the blockchain as Onyx Financial, we have a risk of losing potential customers that do not participate in the blockchain or Bitcoin business. We, would obviously have the few customers or few people that would maybe want to invest. However, they only agree with the United States dollar method, that do not agree with the blockchain or Bitcoin method. Therefore, we would lose them. They might go to some other organization or corporation. Failure of blockchain and Bitcoin, we look at the failure rate. When we look at that, we can't be certain that a virtual money or a virtual system might last. It is something that is still being tried, and it is something that might last for so long and might fail, or it might last forever. However, we don't know. We have to take that risk, and if the Bitcoin system fails, we would have a lot of money in Onyx Financial sucked up in the Bitcoin system and the blockchain system, and therefore we would lose and potentially look at a bankruptcy option. Transitioning to the US dollar is another risk of the operational valuation. Therefore, if one of the investors or many of the investors want to transition the money to a US dollar after they pull it out of Bitcoin, it does cost money depending on how you look at your system. If a potential investor wants to pull the US dollar to their bank account, their bank or their pay account may charge them a fee. Therefore, it's always costing them, a potential percentage rate on their money, and that's something that might steer investors away. That's something that might hurt the organization and might end up being a downfall for their operational procedures.
Blockchain technology and digital currency are still early enough in their development that the future is unclear. However, it is clear that more people are taking notice and exploring the benefits of this technology. The investment for Onyx Financial is relatively low when compared with the potential benefits. The cost savings for international transactions, the added security, and savings from operational efficiencies make it something worth exploring further and implementing, if only for a trial period.